Hey everybody, it's mtGnoob here, and this is like my 18th Gatecrash thing that I've done, and I've been doing terrible in all of them, so ain't that fun. One of the strategies that I've seen working lately was the extort strategy, and one of the key players in that strategy is Kingpin's Pet. Cruel Rage Beast is really good, but we also have a Cruel Charm in here. Boros Keyrune is fine, especially if you could pump it. We have some extort guys, which kind of makes me a little wary of taking the Kingpin's Pet. There's 1, 2, 3 really good extort guys, so we might be sharing if we take the pet, but the pet is like the premier extort guy, and I kind of want to see where that takes us, although the Cruel Rage Beast is really sweet too. This is more my style, but we're going to try something different today. Okay, we have a thing here, Undercity Plague, one of those classic cipher spells that I don't really like. Assault Griffin's pretty good, the Rogue's pretty decent, Smite's good. We're sharing black currently. This guy is way better than you think. If you played against him, he's pretty backbreaking unless you have a lot of dudes out, and being a 4/4 is kind of hard to deal with. I kind of really don't want to take Smite this early, as I think it'll get passed more often. This pack's not really great for anybody. If we would have taken the Cruel Rage Beast, we probably would have taken this. I can see taking this and maybe going like Esper. Assault Griffin does kind of fit with our theme of flyers, and I feel like Extort, chumping or like hitting their life slowly and then winning with flyers is pretty good. So I'm going to take the Assault Griffin. I think it's fine. Okay, and here we have another Kingpin's Pet, so we're going to take that over everything else in the pack. This is a nice guy, but or lady I should say, but the pet is, like I said, premier. This guy's also awesome, and it's unfortunate that they're in the same pack, because we might be passing somebody signals that Extort is open with 2 of these, but we're gonna just do what we gotta do, which is take a bunch of Kingpin pets and try to get some solid removal, like the I think it's called Death's Grasp, the X spell, and Grisly Spectacle. Those are the, we'll take 1000 Lashes as well, as those cards are really pretty awesome. Oh, speaking of, I thought we had 1000 Lashes there. Okay, now this is an interesting pack because there's a lot of good cards for us. First, Devour Flesh is really nice, but it sucks against like the aggro strategies like Boros and stuff. When you can't hit the card you want with removal, I kind of tend not to like it as much. I really like the Court Street Denzian, but a lot of our guys currently fly. Urbis is a nice finisher. A 4/4 Angel is really difficult to beat, but I'm going to take the Syndic of Tides because it goes with our strategy, and it more or less will not show people that Extort is super open. Okay, this pack's nothing for us, so we might want to consider hacking something here. I'm not sold on Murder Investigation. 1/1, it's not good. We don't have a lot of powerful guys. This enchant creature has protection from multicolors, not very solid. This is a black dude, but he's kind of overcosted. I could see taking the Thrall here, just to take the Thrall. This guy's kind of hard for us to deal with. He's a big body, but if we take the Thrall and we have the Thrall, Thrall kind of fits our strategy. I'll take the Thrall there. Okay, and kind of getting open Gruul signals, which is not fantastic for us, since we would have had somewhat of a decent Gruul deck by now if we would have stayed the course. But I'm gonna, not stress that Ground Assault is still here. I really don't like the Night Watch. This might be good in our deck, but I don't really like it. I think the best card for us to take is probably a Night Watch, but if I was going to hack something, I'd probably take the Massive Raid or the Ground Assault. But I'll take the Night Watch, and I'll try to stay true to our colors. I think we're going to see our pack here, which had all that Extort. Oh no, we're still one off. and we're not really seeing it. Okay. Tower Defense. This is a pretty solid card, so is Bioshift. There's really nothing coming our way, which means somebody's probably also in our colors, but there's not much you could do about that. Aerial Maneuver is a thing. I might just take the straight up counterspell here if we have to go into blue. We have a bunch of flying, but it does give first strike. Let's call sort. I mean, it is a thing, and it's on color, and we're not likely to play this. Alright, I'll just cut the white cards. Okay. Oh, alright. Death's Approach is decent. Smite is probably better. But the thing with Smite is we have to be attacking to kill their guys, and I'm not really fond of that. So I think I'm just going to take the Death's Approach. I think in a vacuum Smite's better, but we're currently going to try to force that. Okay, so here's our pack. I can't believe this card is still here. Nobody wants Gruul, which means everybody else is in Orzhov, which is pretty unfortunate. I think it's kind of late to take Gruul, so we'll just take the Armored Transport as a dude. Here comes another Smite, which is fine. Okay. This makes me slightly worried that other people are forcing Orzhov this early because there were so many extort guys in that pack. We're really going to have a subpar deck and not be in the open guild, which is unfortunate. So we're going to have to work at getting there. This card's pretty good, Shielded Passage. We have pretty good tricks, but we don't have enough dudes, and one of our dudes is like a 1/1 regenerator. Not great. I don't know what this does. I don't like that. This might be not terrible against with a bunch of flyers. The cipher cards are something we have to keep an eye on. Alright, well, we get Murder Investigation back, so maybe we force it. I'm not taking the Razor Tip Whip, even though it might be a thing in our deck, since we're pinging, and that adds to the clock, but I don't really love it. What's also good to note is Extort works amazing with Cipher because you're playing a copy of the spell. So if you didn't know that, you Cipher something, pay the 1, and then when you trigger the copy, you Cipher again. Alright, let's open like an Osbodot Ghost ad. Oh, slamming. I have to slam this card because I want this card. And it's currently like 11 ticks. It's not going to be great in our deck, and Angelic Edict is much better, but I'm sorry, I just have to take the Boros Reckoner because it saves me money, and it's a card I really want. Kind of hoping this comes back. It would probably be between this and this, but yeah, I got to take the Reckoner. It is white, so we might cast it, maybe. Okay, Mystic Genesis is a thing. Really don't like this pack for us at all. This guy's really actually very strong. Right, just charges whatever. Mugging's good. We might have to consider going into a third color, even though we have no fixing. Like taking an Executioner's Swing here is just like, it's not great. I mean, getting hit first and then killing something kind of sucks. Okay, here's another Thrall. Alright, this guy's a Syndicate Enforcer is pretty sweet. He has Extort. He's a 4-drop. He does what we want him to do. Cinder Elemental's probably better, but I don't think we're going to be going red. So we'll take another Extort guy and hope we get some Kingpin's pets along the way, as like I said earlier, they're the best Extort guy. So our deck it's coming together. I can't say it's great. I don't think we play this Reckoner, but I'm happy to open one. Saves the noob $11. I don't think it's great, but we'll see. I'd really not like to play this, although I think it's actually better than people give it credit for. But we are super sharing colors with people. Probably not playing Aerial Maneuver. Probably not playing all these 1-drops. Okay, I think we just take the removal spell here, although this guy is pretty sweet. Truefire Paladin is way good. Holy Mantle's also very strong, but I don't like it because it has a lot of things to, you know, there's still a lot of things that deal with it. So I'd like to take this, but I think we just take this here. Okay, nice, nice. Alright, this is a really good pack for us. We don't want to be all removal, but in Orzhov, this is one of the premier removal spells. Basilisk Guards is probably better. This is the weakest of the 3 cards in the pack. 1000 Lashes is really good. I mean, we have this. You know what? I think I'm going to take the Basilisk Guard. We're kind of low on creatures, and it is one of the better ones in my opinion. Okay. God, we're going to get our butts kicked. What the hell is this? Because this card is the nut, and seems like Gruul is open. At first I looked at this card, and I was like, this card sucks. But then, the more I've played against it, it's actually pretty decent. And with Cypher, it's not bad at all. Okay. Mill's somewhat open, I guess. Boros Elite's a guy, but I don't really want him. I'm going to take another Thrall and just try to keep mana open. I could also take the Gargoyle. I think actually the Gargoyle is slightly better. It fits in our flying theme. I'm not really pleased with the way our deck's turning out, to be honest. We need way more Extort guys. So any Extort guys we get, we're going to try to get. The one, I think it's Thrall Parasite. He's a 1/1 Extorter. That guy's pretty key, but he's uncommon in the deck. So right now, if we look at our Extorters, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5's not enough. And this strategy is really important to try to force as many Extorters as possible. And the thing with this strategy is it also reminds people of like when I think it was M13 first came out, everybody was like forcing Black-White Exalted, and it seems like that's kind of this if you can get it. But right now we really do have somewhat of a weaker deck. Okay, so if we look here, we really have nothing for us. Dying Wish is not really an option. Shattering Blow kind of sucks. Active Treason is fine, but not for us. I think I'm going to take either the Rust Scarab or the Shamble Shark. The Shamble Shark I'm not really worried about. I'm going to hack this because that guy's pretty good. We're not green. Gain 2 life. This guy can't be great. Yeah, we're definitely getting cut. Maybe I take the Boros Gate here. I don't really want to splash for this. This guy's a 4-drop, but he's just a 2/3. And if it was like target player loses 2 life, I'd like love that, but it's not. Alright, let's look at this green. I mean, we have green. Maybe we go like junk colors if we have to, but I don't really want to. But as you could see, things are just not really panning out. I mean, we have some armored transports that they do block really well on the ground, so maybe we get there with some flyers and some extort. If we could clog up the ground and win in the air, that might be pretty decent. Alright, I guess I gotta take a tiger. We need more 2s. Thunder Fist, activate. And we currently have 11 creatures. Ooh, Foil Mountain. Don't mind if I do. Alright, we really need a home run here. I'll take another Boros Reckoner, though. We really need a home run in this pack. Like, something that's either A, splashable, or B, worth a lot of money. Ding! I'm not even going to look at the rest of the pack. I'm just taking the Gideon. It's not worth a lot of money, and in all honesty, Grisly Spectacle is probably the pick, but Gideon really does help the deck out. It gives it a 1 condition. There's also another Syndic of Tides, but ding. Alright. God, we just can't get any of the The Orzhov stuff. Illness in the ranks, Alpha Authority, no. This guy's pretty good. He's a flyer. He does his thing. I could take the Executioner swing, but I don't really want to. Just kind of hoping we can get some 2s. This curve is not sexy. Gideon, put a loyalty counter on each creature. Justice becomes an indestructible human. Exile all their permanents. He's not great in our deck, but if we can build up some walls in front and play Gideon, we're just going to win. Come on, good cards. I want like as many of these and as many of these as I can get my hands on, preferably in separate packs. We have a deck almost. It's just not a very good one, but I'm happy to open a Gideon as well. At least this is a draft where I opened pretty well. Boros Reckoner and Gideon is a good make your money back kind of draft. Plus it's 2 cards I do want, so it's 2 less cards I had to buy, so I'm happy about that. Okay, and ding again. Let's take this. Although I really like this guy, but other people tend not to like him. We could take the bat since it gets our extort online a little bit quicker, and the bat is good with Cypher, and it's a 2-drop. But like I said, I think Kingpin's Pet is just the premier in Orzhov. And remember, pack 1 we were getting some Orzhov stuff, and the fact that a Kingpin's Pet there, it's pretty good. Like, we're hoping that we just get a few more things. I'd love to get a solid removal spell. Okay. Interesting pick here. We can, A, take a Death's Approach, which I don't think is going to be great. B, take a Daring Skyjack, which I don't think is going to be great, but it does fit our 2-drop. C, take a Pit Fight, which we can possibly splash off the red, but I don't think it's going to be great. Or D, hack the Primordial and not probably play it. I think we take the Skyjack because it fits and it blocks Boros really well. Death's Approach is decent, but it's got to be creature cards, and I don't think we're killing too much. I would like to take the Primordial, but I don't think that's happening, so I'll take the Skyjack. Okay. Like I said, I do like this guy. We have a Night Watch. This guy's whatever. I don't really trust him. He's pretty good with, like, he basically becomes unblockable with, like, a Cypher card. I think we take this Smog Elemental as somewhat of a finisher. We do have some interesting casting costs in our deck, so maybe the Orzhov Guildgate is better. I could see taking this. Creatures of flying. Oh, it's only creatures of flying. Oh, that's not as good as I thought it was. Okay, we'll take the fixing. I thought it just minused creatures. We still need a 2-drop, like bad, like a bad 2-drop. Like I'll take a bad 2-drop, like a rat. Like it's just we're just playing a bear. Another Executioner swing might be the option. We have 14 creatures. We're currently playing all of them. I think maybe I want the other Executioner swing. Maybe the bear wheels. Another one of these is fine, but maybe we want that over a Night Watch. I don't think Night Watch does enough, but we're kind of low on good removal, so maybe Executioner swing is a thing here. We'll take that. Hope we get some for each gate you control. That's a terrible card. Guess another Shielded Passage. This guy's pretty good in Orzhov, but I don't think we're gonna splash blue just for him, because you bounce him and you just keep replaying him. Anything that you can continue to replay is really good. It's either this or steal this and prevent this from hitting us. I don't think we're gonna play 2 of these. I think I'm gonna just hack the Scorchwalker. Okay, well, beggars can't be choosers, and a pretty good 4-drop comes our way. We're not going to hate. Kind of need an early drop here in these last 7 picks. I will take this. I don't like that. I think this card is pretty decent. He's a 3-drop, but we need like one more solid 2. I don't think we're gonna get it with 6 picks left, but we could try. All right, so we wheel this. Illness in the rank is fine, but there's not much we can worry about that. The deck didn't pan out as well as I would like it to, but our opens kind of made up for it, so I'm happy about that. So even if the matches themselves are not great, at least we opened somewhat relatively sweet. So I'm happy about that. I'd even take like another Dutiful Thrall here. This guy's on color. Miming Slime. 3/3 flyer. Nothing to scoff at, but we don't really have a good way to abuse it. I think I'm just going to hack the Miming Slime. Razor Tip Whip. Alpha Authority on the thing is going to be hard. Alright, we get one anyway. Apparently Smog Elemental is disgustingly bad. Alright, well, we'll see how it works out. I mean, we have a strategy. It's just, if we're playing against Boros, we're probably just straight up losing. Because our early game is going to get punched by their early game. But if we can make it to 3, we're looking kind of good. I would say this Extort deck probably is a C on an A through F scale. It has 3 Kingpin's pets, which are fantastic. It blocks the ground somewhat well with armored transports. But it doesn't really have good removal, and it doesn't have enough of the Extort guys. So right now I'm just putting in my my creatures that I'm pretty sure I'm going to be playing. We have a lot of 4-drops, so I have to be careful not to overextend with 4-drops. This isn't a creature, but obviously I'm going to play it. And I think we want both of these. Not sure if I want the Night Watch. I'm pretty sure I don't want the Tiger. I'll highlight the cards because I know a lot of you are still learning the set, as I am myself. Not sure I like that. Smite's gotta come in, I would assume, and I would say Shielded Passage probably comes in as a trick. And then we look at black. We have an Enforcer. We're gonna play the Corpse Blockade. Oh, that doesn't work. Duh. I was like, this looks like really not spaced out correctly. Sorry, I know some people get kind of annoyed by that. Apologies. This fits our 3. Death's Approach is probably getting played, but I don't think it's great in this deck. Smog Elemental's a maybe. We have 17 cards currently. We have better 3s than Smog Elemental, so we're going to be playing those, I would think. Okay, I'm tempted to play the Murder Investigation, believe it or not. Sorry, the Mental Vapors. So we have so many flyers, and it triggers Extort, but it's a 4. So the first time you cast it, you're not going to trigger Extort, and we have a ton of 4s. Unfortunately, our low curve is pretty bad, so I'm going to see if there's anything I could put in for that, and I don't see it. Boros Reckoner is the only card that I might consider playing, but I really think I'm going to have a hard time casting it, and although it's amazing, I don't think we can play it. So sorry about that. If you think I should play it, please let me know, because I think it's a bomb, but playing it like over at 5 or 6 or maybe further down the road, triple white, you know, probably the earliest we played is 4, and I played the Spectre and the blue and black Spectre yesterday, and like sometimes I would draw and it would just be dead in my hand, so I don't really want to do that. I think the power level of the Boros Reckoner is really sweet, but I don't think we can play it in this deck. So let's make 2 cuts. I apologize, I gotta blow my nose really quick. Excuse me about that. Okay, I'm pretty sure Smog Elemental is the worst creature we currently have, so let's put him in the bin. Against fast decks, he's not going to do much. Against flyers, he's not going to do that much. You know, he might. He looks like a stingray, which is pretty awesome. He might, but currently he's in the board. I'm going to sort by curve. and we'll see. We have an okay curve. We can somewhat deal with early game with 2 executioner swings if we need to. I think this deaths approach is going to be just awful in our deck, like awful. Because we really don't have a good way to kill things, but I'm somewhat worried to play such small amounts of removal when we can be playing more removal. But I think it's probably the second worst card out of the deck. Alright, so I'm going to look and see if there's anything else that really sucks. Like, this guy's not great, but like I said, he's kind of like an offensive wall. Like, he's going to stand there and just block. Our 3s are awesome. Like, I'm happy with all our 3s, except for maybe this. Our 4s are decent. They do what they're supposed to do. This guy's not going to be great, but he is going to turn this on, and he's a 2/3 flyer, which is actually sort of hard to deal with. This guy is way better with Cypher, and he just blocks. I'm kind of happy with most of our removal. Shielded Passage is kind of a blowout sometimes, but the thing is, we don't really block well. Like, we block, but we don't trade when we block. So maybe Shielded Passage is not great. So I'm looking at these 2 cards over here and trying to see which one's better. And also considering playing Mental Vapors, but I'm not really sure. Murder Investigation is no good. Aerial Maneuver is possibly in the conversation. This guy's whatever, and Night's Watch is somewhat in the conversation since it does make 2/2/2 Vigilant Knights, which go pretty well with turning on the battalion of this guy. But I think we can probably turn on the battalion through the air. So, you know, it's a tough one. We got to make 4 cuts. We're going to bring in this Guildgate. We're not going to bring in the Boros one. The Boros one does tempt me to play the Reckoner, I'm not going to lie. Night Watch, Aerial Maneuver. I don't think we need Aerial Maneuver, but the First Strike is really, really nice. But I think we're going to put that in the bin. I'm really tempted to play this card, but I know this card sucks, so I'm not going to fall into that trap. Night Watch, I keep calling it Nightly Watch, sorry. Night Watch is a straight right hand. Psh! They lost that respect. I'm just reading the flavor text. Alright, so we got to make 2 more cuts because this shouldn't be in here yet currently. So 2 more cuts. I don't think we need the 2/2s, so I'm going to cut that. And prevent all damage that would be dealt to target creature this turn is a thing. Enchanted creature gets XX, where X is the number of creature cards in controller's graveyard. I mean, I don't know. I feel that if you're not in a dedicated mill deck, that this card's worse. So I'm just going to not play it. Okay, let's get this Guildgate in. This is our current curve. And we've got probably pretty easily split. It says 11-5. We do have a lot of single black. So our only double white is Gideon, and we're not going to be playing too much. And Extort, you know, you could, I believe, pay any color for. We need black for this. We need black for Executioner Swing. I could go 9, as much as 9-7. I think that's a little excessive. I think 10-6 is fine, but I tend not to like missing my color drops. Like, if we draw all swamps, we're going to be kind of screwed because we can't cast anything, but if we don't draw any swamps, it's not going to be enough. So I do think 9-7 is a little bit high on the swamp count, but I'd rather hit swamps for things like this early game if I need to. I need the regeneration shield for this guy. So I think that's the deck. Thanks for watching. I'm going to submit it now. Hopefully you enjoyed. Please check out theMTGnoob.com. Thank you.